And lined up here. There we go. All right. I've always been interested in different analog things, like film cameras, just a lot of different things. But I actually watched this documentary called California Typewriter, and I think after that, I was like, I gotta buy a typewriter. It says I have a dog named Samo, and he's the best. Factual statement. Very factual statement. I see it as a tool to me. They all do different things. I have one. The first one I bought, it's just like a regular typewriter font. And then after that, I got another Olympia, but it's a calligraphy font. So probably use those like during the holiday season. I don't know, adds a little holiday flair to it. And this one's like, it's so beautiful. Like just like the machinery. Yeah, it's so cool. I've always kind of just been like, I've never just done one thing. Like I have a lot of different interests. I've always been the type of guy to just do a lot of different things. I don't know. Like it's just I get bored just doing one thing. I've always been kind of like, I'd say creative. I think the creativity takes its own shape in different aspects of my life. I love music. I love listening to music. I'm usually always listening to something. Whether I'm at home, before a game, I'm kind of just always like dancing through life, I'd say. And buying a guitar and learning how to play just gave me a different appreciation for the music I listen to. The records. Let me see what I got here. Live at Barton Hall. Of course, Stan Getz. Got some Sinatra, Pink Floyd, Zeppelin, Aretha Franklin. Shout out to Detroit. Some Motown, some classics in there. My favorite, of course, oh my gosh, Fela Kuti, one of the most famous like Nigerian music, like African musicians. Yeah, just kind of like jamming. Like a lot of messages are very political. But it's just like something to just like jam to. And like my dad had a bunch of records, and I actually have some of those in here like that I listen to, like just being around home in Nigeria, which is really cool. Born in Lagos, Nigeria in '95, way back when, and grew up in Nigeria, lived there for 10 years. Growing up in Lagos, it's the busiest African city, I'm pretty sure. So there was a lot of people, a lot of traffic, a lot of energy. But Nigeria, one thing that really always brings me back is the food. That's my favorite thing to eat. Some jollof rice and some plantains, and that's all I really need. That was probably 90% of my diet growing up. I grew up like being outside a lot. Like I remember just being like outside all day and just being like on the grass, like laying under a tree or like climbing a tree. Like I think my grandpa had a mango tree in the yard that I used to climb all the time, like picking mangoes. And I love being outside. I love like plants, and there's something about living with like other living things that like plants. Cactus are really cool. They kind of thrive under like all conditions, the harshest conditions. Growing up in Africa, my parents really instilled a lot of values in me. Just a lot about just respecting your elders, learn how to work hard. My parents would work for everything they had. They were both pretty tough on me, more so my dad. Really strict, especially about academics. That was always number one thing for him. After we got back from school, I remember like it was always like straight to the table, doing homework. I don't think I ate first. Academics was always the number one important thing. But they were great parents. They provided a lot of things for me and my brothers and my sister. There's still a lot of values for me that I think I carry to this day. Learned how to just like put my nose down and just grind. The work ethic is still in me, kind of manifested in different parts of my life. Football, for me, started in 7th grade. Tried out for wide receiver, actually, in my middle school team, Community House Middle School. And somehow made the team, and I got moved to linebacker, I think immediately, because I didn't know anything about football. I mean, I moved to the States a year before, and I was watching the Carolina Panthers. I was watching Steve Smith and Julius Peppers. Those were my two favorite players growing up. I wanted to be like Steve Smith because I loved how he played on the field. He was very aggressive and tough. He was undersized, but you couldn't really tell by the way he played.
Lions rush forward. Rodgers rolling right, looking for somewhere to go. He's got being chased from behind. Now he's hit, the ball's loose. It is picked up by the Lions. Romeo Okwara punched it out. Rodgers never saw him coming, and the Lions have their second takeaway of the day.
Football's kind of given me everything. Obviously, the chance to earn a scholarship and go to a prestigious school like Notre Dame, debt-free, which I'm very thankful for. Being able to meet a lot of different people from different teams and just different backgrounds, and that team environment is something I'd never take for granted. Just being able to be in a locker room with a bunch of guys driven and passionate about what they do. I like taking pictures of people mostly. I love interacting with different people, being surrounded by different people from different backgrounds, and photography has actually helped me get closer to different people and meet different people, and it's kind of opened my eyes to the world, and it's something I really enjoy doing. This is a medium format camera, Hasselblad, and this company actually, they sent the first camera, like the first camera in the moon was a Hasselblad, so that's pretty cool. It's basically kind of the same as this camera, so I really like this one. When I moved to New York, I got a film camera just to try it out and see what it was about, and it kind of changed everything for me. Just being able to see through a different perspective, I think photography kind of adds a different element to it. It just feels a little different than when you take a picture on your phone. The moment kind of lasts a little longer for me. This is the first film camera I got. It's the Leica M6. It's a film camera, 35 millimeter. I love this thing. Like, it's so small and compact, and it's barely noticeable when you're walking around the streets taking pictures. I actually have a photography show, showing a series. I shot on some firefighters out in Brooklyn. And I shot most of it with this in some black and white film. This is, like I said, my favorite camera, and it's always gonna be special for me because it helped me capture those photos. I think something beautiful about leaving an impact on another human being that you know or don't know, and obviously does something for me. I appreciate every interaction I have with people. Just being able to take something from them also, I think it's really special, and it just kind of strengthens that human bond. I don't know, it's something I enjoy doing. It's very satisfying. Just helps me appreciate life and the time we spend with each other. I am Romeo Okwara.